there, this is Holly Waxman, your host, with three special guests here today with the Arizona Lifestyles with 72 Sold. I'm Holly Waxman, and an agent that works with two of my favorite agents here, Adam Dahlberg.
Hello, hello. Good to see you again, Holly.
And Brittany Waxman.
Hi.
And we are so lucky to have our special guest here, Erin McDonough. With First Tee Phoenix. Welcome.
Thanks so much, Holly. We're so happy to be here with all of you.
Yeah, I've heard so many good things about you and your program. One of my favorite people, she helps with our marketing, and her son goes to your program. So from firsthand experience, and she says he loves it. So thank you for being so kind to him as well. Erin, tell us a little bit about you. Are you new to Arizona? How long have you been here?
Yes. Well, I'm actually fifth generation of my family to live in Arizona, although I've only lived here a year and a half. So,
welcome.
Oh, thank you. My mom grew up here. She went to North High School, and my grandmother lived here for nearly her entire life. And so we visited her until she passed. And around the time she passed, my in-laws started moving here. So we started visiting them. So you can't not want to visit the sun. Right. And so most recently we were in Oregon and moved down to be around the sun and have the, kind of beauty of palm trees every day. How can you beat that?
Absolutely. And how long have you been with First Tee Phoenix?
About the same time. So 2 years ago in March is when I started as the local executive director here. And it was just a great opportunity to bring my sports background and my nonprofit background together in a great organization. And we have a amazing mission, and we get to work with cool kids and cool families. And really here in Phoenix, which is such a golf mecca, what a wonderful opportunity to bring kids to the game and help them utilize the game to be a catalyst in their own lives for learning values and life skills.
Absolutely. I know from when my own kids were younger, especially my son, he did a lot of sports, and he had some learning challenges, but I know the sports really gave him community and identity, really helped his success through high school. Tell us a little bit about your program.
So First Tee is a national program. We actually have chapters worldwide. We're an independent local chapter here in Phoenix, and we operate two programs, our on-course program and a school and community program. So our on-course program operates really across the valley, 14 different locations, and we operate over 55 to 60 classes a week.
Wow.
We maintain a strict affordability. So it's really the generosity of the community and our donors that allow us to, for 24 weeks a year, kids can come out and practice golf, be with their friends, and learn life skills for $155.
Wow.
So if you can imagine what that means, and we bring just a whole new generation of kids and folks that wouldn't otherwise have the opportunity to come to golf. So it's a really kind of powerful program in that way. So whether or not you're a family that's here looking for a way to get your kid into golf to try it, or a retiree that's here that wants to volunteer to be a mentor to kids, that you love golf and you want to hand it off to the next generation, we're a great spot for you.
Wow. I have never heard about it. Adam has a really great son too.
Yeah, my son, in fact, he just signed up for golf through his school. He plays hockey naturally. That's his main sport, and he just can crush a ball. So, we live next door to a Top Golf, and he's always out there golfing. He's like, I want to take it to the next level. He's still a youngster.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. So now he signed up for golf with school, but this seems like it's a completely different type of program and something that might be of an additional, benefit to him and benefit to the friends that he's joining. How does it work? How does it when somebody joins up with you?
I love it. How old is he?
He's 12. He just turned 13, actually.
Awesome. So we're an age-based program. So classes happen throughout the week, and starting at age 7, our curriculum really can kick in at that time, and we go all the way through high school and even have a college scholarship program for the kids that have been with us for a number of years. So he would be in with in a 12 plus or a 12 and 13-year-old class, and then he'd move up in age. So he's going to be with kids that have never tried golf to kids that are really advanced with golf. They all kind of teach each other. So you would find a location that's near you, find a time and an age class that would be appropriate for him, sign him up. literally starting next week, is for spring session. So it's perfect time. So grateful to be here.
He's a great dad.
Yeah. So you can go online and register him, and you buy that $155 membership, and then you register him for spring sessions. Each session's 8 weeks. Fall is split up into 2 4-week sessions because of overseed, a special Arizona treat. So if you haven't talked about what overseed is, you should. So we have a September session and a November session in the fall, and then we have summer camps throughout the year. So what we hear from kids that are in and families in the middle of kind of learning golf is this is where it's really fun. You show up, we call it a sandwich class. So you're learning a skill. You get told in the beginning, hey, you're going to learn chipping today, and we're going to talk about goal setting. You go practice, you do at least 2 different golf skills every time, and you come back together and say, what did it mean to goal set today? What did it mean to, how was your chipping? And like, where can you use goal setting in the rest of your life? What does that mean to do in school or other places? And they progress through, and it's amazing to watch their skills grow and their friendships grow, and they have these mentors and the coaches. We try to keep a 6-to-1 ratio of coach to kid. And it's really just a kind of a powerful program. And then, we just hope he keeps coming back. And you can absolutely layer that with school golf as well.
Well, this sounds amazing. I mean, where did this concept come from for sports? I mean, you think, when kids go in and play athletics in schools or extracurricular, it's all about just that sport. And it's, grind. And either they excel or they don't excel. But I don't really see in most sports that they can transition into other lifestyle skills. How did this whole thing come about?
I love the question. Thank you for asking that.
That is so important.
Yes.
So the lifestyle skills and the transition and learning from having fun.
Right. And here in Phoenix, that it's golf is, really special too. So it actually started nationally around kind of Tiger Woods' heyday, and it really started with inner city kids and improving the ability for people to reach in and diversify the game of golf. But what they realized as they built the life skills curriculum is that every kid can benefit from this. So we're really wide open to any kid, but we maintain that affordability to make sure everyone has access and nobody's turned away for a financial need. And so the PGA Tour is one of the lead partners to start it 26 years ago. And they went to their PGA Tour partners, which you all know here are the Thunderbirds, and said, okay, the Thunderbirds, you throw a great PGA Tour event. We have this new program bringing junior golf. How about starting a first tee chapter? And they said yes. So they started the planning in 2001, and we've been doing programming here since 2003, thanks to the Thunderbirds.
Nice.
They were our, really our core home for a long time, and we've grown so big that we're separate from them, but they're still such a tremendous partner of ours. We're so grateful for them. So that's really where it started, and it's really grown into this youth-based curriculum and teaching those life skills. So we call them key commitments. So it's positive self-identity, building collaborating with others, growing through challenge,
Love it,
pursuing goals, and working through. You just flipped that over for me. Sorry, I'm pausing on you. Hi, camera. Using good judgment. I was like, every time I forget the one that's like the most important, what do you want? You want your kid to know all of those. And then I love telling our business leaders and folks here in the community, when I read this, didn't that just describe the person you're trying to hire? So let's give all of our kids these skills using golf.
No, it's wonderful. I've had experience with working with autistic children and autism children, and as they get older, sometimes they develop a little bit later, just from my own personal experience. And something like this where they can learn and have fun and build character. Because I know for us, when we're out meeting all sorts of different personalities and we love it, I mean, when people say what are we doing different than somebody else? It's our character. And I love what you're representing and just working with your heart and caring. Yeah. And that's really what I think brings us a lot of success. Brittany's played golf before.
I have played golf.
And did golf lessons. Yeah. How did that help you?
How did that help me? I think golf is a great sport. It's definitely all about patience. I used to be doing cartwheels on the golf course, and that was a no-no. But I think golf really helps with, just building that and building patience and understanding to listen versus just go out and do it. Because if you don't listen to someone telling you doing it, it's like, what foot is supposed to be moving? How's the swing supposed to be going? It's like definitely not hockey where it's like, let's just whack the stick. No, this is like so much more. You have to have patience for this. And I'm sure hockey was quite a bit of a benefit, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, hockey and golf are similar in the sense that it takes so much of just like prep work ahead of time before you're ever, successful in that particular sport. I mean, but golf is just layered so deep. Golf is one of those ultimate sports where, a 60-year-old can beat a 28-year-old easily. And you're like, how is this possible? This guy's older than me. It's not like that in hockey.
I always think when you mention hockey and golf, I would think of like Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, it's a good combo. A lot of hockey players play golf, but it is totally different. And it's, golf is 100% a mental game.
Right.
And then you have obviously, the skill that comes just with time and patience. But more importantly, those skills translate over into life. So like with First Tee Phoenix, what's kind of your ultimate goal outcome with these kids? Obviously you want to get them interested in golfing and, expose them to the sport, but it sounds like this is so much deeper of a commitment level to these kids than just teaching them how the rules of golf, right? I mean, what do you want them to come out of this program knowing or feeling or doing?
Yeah, so true. I think there's two primary purposes. What we always say in our program is that we're trying to build a lifelong love of golf. And if we have some great golfers come out of our program, that's pretty amazing too. And I think about you when I say this too, have you said yes to a charity tournament? Have you been able to say yes to a business meeting? I think that's really important for women, especially. Right. And so getting girls comfortable so that they can say yes in any setting, or anybody, any kid. And here in Phoenix, where golf is such part of our culture.
Absolutely.
And really a critical part of our culture, making sure every kid feels that they belong and have access to that part of life later on, whether or not you go play on the PGA Tour or you even get that college scholarship. But if you can say yes to that girls' weekend or that bachelor party or, the charity event you want to play in to support a cause you care about, or that your boss says, hey, I'm going out to play golf and you get 4 hours of bonding time with them, awesome. So going back to your first part of that question, what do we want from kids? I might tell you a story to kind of illustrate that. One of the best stories that I actually hear, the compliments, is when, adults say to us, I can't believe how composed that kid was. It was a kid, This is a young person talking to me, and that they looked me in the eye and they asked me questions and they engaged with me. And that's the first time I've seen a middle schooler or a teenager, not looking at a phone, and we had a conversation. That's what we love seeing. That's the maturity. And when we see those kids go from hiding behind, mom or dad or the caregiver that they're with on day one to giving a speech at our scholarship dinner on, their senior year, lights out. That's cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. Brittany, how old were you when you started golf?
I was probably like in elementary school. I was like definitely like maybe 10.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like a little kid. Yeah. Now I'm way older, but that's okay.
So the coaches, I want to call them coaches. Is that the right term for them?
Yep,
The coaches that are taking on these kids. How does somebody get involved in that? If somebody wants to, if they feel this is a good cause, I'm assuming a lot of the people are probably older, maybe retired folks, since we have a lot of retirement communities that are around golf courses. How does somebody get involved with your program? Yeah,
I love that. Thank you. We can only grow and work with as many kids as we have coaches and volunteers for. So all of our programming has a lead coach out at it. Those are paid coaches. So we're kind of always hiring new paid coaches. But it really happens because of the volunteers. And the volunteers, we need them to help us reach our numbers at those ratios. So they go to our website, they sign up, I'm interested in being a volunteer. The one place they get stuck, and I'm going to put this out there, is we're about youth safety and keeping a really wonderful environment. So all of our coaches, all of our folks working with kids go through background checks and something called Safe Sport Training. It's a 2-hour online training, but we tell our volunteers that you might be the difference between that kid and an unsafe environment, and you can make a difference, and this training tells you how. And so we run all of our volunteers through that program. Then they come out and they can come to a volunteer training or orientation. They can and then start out on the classes with our coaches that have gone through a series of additional trainings. Even we have some volunteers that are level 1, level 2, which means they've traveled to a training in other parts of the country because they get so dedicated and they want to keep progressing. And you can go all the way up to level 5 coaching.
Wow.
So it's a pretty remarkable, and they're teaching both how to engage the kids with the life skills, but also the golf skill side of things.
How old are, what is the age range of the kids that you take?
So we have something called Tiny Tees for ages 4 to 6. That's
Okay.
like a little bit of like controlled chaos with clubs. So we have way more coaches at that one, and those happen monthly, and they're kind of a little bit outside the membership. We really say our curriculum, where kids can absorb what we're talking about, starts at 7 and then goes all the way. And we have kids that stick with us until we give college scholarships away.
Yeah, no, it's great.
And you were mentioning you're not here just in Scottsdale. You're all over the valley, right?
Yeah, so we are kind of as far north as TPC Scottsdale, as far east as Longbow and Augusta Ranch, far south as Lone Tree, as far west as Wigwam and Briarwood Country Club, and then kind of some core in the central Phoenix. So Papago and Legacy and Palo Verde and Aguila, Cave Creek,
And so how do you get the engagement from all of these courses? Are they just wowed by what you guys offer and how neat of a program it is? It sounds like you have such great outreach from, courses that would cost, Holly and I hundreds of dollars to go play around at, and you're bringing these kids out to experience the same thing as part of your program for $150 is it a month?
A year.
A year.
$155
a year.
Yeah, $155 a year. It's actually, they see this as the next generation of golfers. So this is really an opportunity. And where we see hesitancy is like, oh, we're bringing kids out and they're going to be crazy. And then they see 1 or 2 of our classes and they're like, oh, these kids are really well behaved and they actually are out here to learn and they're doing something fun. And when we see like Briarwood Country Club, when I go out there and meet with them, they've opened their doors to us and our programming and kids from their community. And they say, it's so much fun for us. It's like bright colors and there's kids running around and they've loved it so much that they actually have created a member, meaning our members and their member golf tournament. And so they play together out 1 day a year, which is awesome. So I think it really just depends. And, the communities embrace it. And it's really about the practice facility. And then at least 2 of the 8 weeks they go out on course. But, in an hour, you're playing 1 or 2 holes.
Well, I must say I'm really impressed. I'm sure Adam and Brittany are. I would love to volunteer. And
love that.
the other, probably Adam and Brittany, I don't know, but probably the other aspect that I see from this is just showing, improving just with actions that here in Arizona, we are a community and we want to help all people, depending on, doesn't matter where their economic situation is, we're here to help all people and in all ages, whether you're young kids or even if you're older and you want to be a volunteer, you still have a community base and it's all about the heart.
Totally. I have one other fun thing for your newer Arizonans that have never golfed. So each year, one of the generosity of the community is that we love being in Arizona is we get a lot of donated clubs. And we are one of the only chapters that we are able to fill all of our needs for all of our programming. That means no kid, you don't have to show up at class with clubs. We've got you for whatever you need that day. And we do that all through donations from individuals across the valley, which is remarkable. People drop them off at the PGA Tour Superstore or any of our 14 locations. But twice a year, that means we also are able to give back to the community. So we do a giant golf sale at our warehouse. Our members get to go first. Also, another fun story is when like the moms and dads that have never golfed and they're like, okay, I'm going to try it. And they come and get clubs from us. But that's the same for the community. So we have an hour that the public can come. So if you're new to Arizona and you want to try golf and you're not ready to, you can come help a good cause, help our kids out, and get your first set of clubs, get a set of irons, try out a new driver, whatever it is. And that's coming up also on March 10th from 11 to 12. So if you're new to Arizona and want to try golf, come down to our golf sale. We do that in March and October.
How do we get information on that? What's your website?
It's firsttphoenix.org, all spelled out, T being golf T, T-E-E.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, and I think you'll put it out too
we're gonna
for
put
us.
it
Awesome.
on our descriptions. So,
well, that sounds really, really cool. And so you were saying that the program is available, obviously, to the public, right? Anybody could go on firsttphoenix.org, and then but you teamed up with a lot of schools as well, right? School districts, elementary schools, junior high schools, through high school as well?
Nope, just our school and after-school program, our community program, we call it, is for elementary and middle. Mm-hmm. And so we kind of call it a train-the-trainer model. So we provide school districts PE curriculum that's school-approved within Arizona, and we go out and train the PE teachers, and we provide the school with the it's called snag equipment, which I laughed because I thought it was because it was Velcro and it stuck together. But no, it's starting new at golf. So we all learn a new thing, snag equipment. And so it's indoor-outdoor equipment, and the school gets the equipment, and they can use it for many years. Like Mesa School District, we're in all 55 of their elementary schools, and they have a whole chapter on golf in their PE program. And so that's using our work.
That's wonderful. If somebody needs to donate golf clubs, if they want to sign up to help be a coach or be a mentor, or if they want to, even more importantly, be a volunteer, can they do that through firstt.org, firsttphoenix.org?
They can, all of those things.
All right. Sounds good. Well, listen, I think that this has just probably been one of the best podcasts that we've had.
We really enjoyed it. So
all year.
Thank you so much.
And what a great program that you have. If you have kids and you're looking to get them into something, right? You got to get them into something. You have to keep them busy. Otherwise, their eyeballs are going to be focused on the video games, and they're going to be stuck playing, their computer games, and they need interaction. And there's nothing more important, I think, to our child, or my child, but all of our kids in their younger years as sports, organized sports, whether it's a team sport, individual sport, to help kind of guide them through the other parts of life that they're going to grow into. And what you're saying is, instead of just coming out and playing golf out there and learning that skill, you're teaching them how to elevate their skill level in business, in communication, in interaction with other people. And it's a skill that we're actually, unfortunately, losing in this world because everything is just on our phones, on the iPads, on the computers,
especially with COVID,
on the Netflix. It really shut everything down for kids of this age, because the kids that were coming through that COVID time, what was it, 4 years ago already?
Right.
When everything just shut down. Those were such influential times in their life. And to have a program like yours is just amazing. And to take advantage of where we live here in beautiful Arizona.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's no better place in the country to have a program like what you guys are doing, and to transition it from just the sports into more life skills is just tremendous. And so I hope somebody that's listening can go to your website, see the value, sign up as a volunteer, sign up their kids if your school doesn't offer it. If you're in Mesa, they offer it. Maybe Gilbert, Chandler, Scottsdale. You said you're all over the place.
Yeah.
So, just you guys have something very, very special.
Yeah.
And we really
Thank you
appreciate
so much for coming in, and really, really feel lucky that we're able to, inform other people about it. And I'm so excited to be able to help. And I also know, even when people that are working and they can help and influence people and teach them about life skills would be hopefully helpful as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, we need everybody. It takes a village, and we just give you that mechanism to be that mentor to a kid. And we'd love to have those that are working come out and support us too, because we're after school and on Saturday. It's a no-brainer.
Absolutely.
And your 9-year-old's going to play better golf than the dad. So when you take your son out for a weekend on the range, right, and he outdrives you, you have you to thank, Erin.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you all for having me.
And we're still really excited about the Arizona real estate market with real estate. We've got a lot of new homes coming on the market in all areas. And us also, we're here to help the families to get the best deals on the homes, as well as sell their homes and make the highest profit.
A lot of great new builds, still expanding. A lot of new home communities. They slowed down during the COVID times, and now they're back in fury. And so, if you want to come out and either move up, move down a little bit, Arizona's a great retirement state. So we're seeing a lot of transition. I think we're at just over 20%, almost 21% of people buying homes in Arizona are outside of Arizona, either as secondary homes on a golf course, a lot of 55 and over communities, which is not as bad as it sounds. This isn't right. These 55 plus. Look at Incanterra over in Queen Creek, or some of these places. This isn't Heaven's Waiting Room type 55 plus. This is a lifestyle community. They're beautiful. They're well maintained. They got great clubhouses, beautiful golf courses most of the time. Arizona is like the Florida of the West Coast, I think.
Absolutely.
Just all better than the Florida of the West Coast.
I mean, if you're from the East Coast, you go to Florida. If you're anywhere else, you want to come to Arizona.
I say that because I'm an East Coaster. That's where I grew up, and I wasn't moving back to the East Coast.
We're so lucky where we are here in the Phoenix Valley. With the amount of activities that we sponsor. I mean, everything. Look what's going on right now. We just went down a list, I think, on last week's podcast 2 weeks ago, where we just nailed out, I think, 20 or 25 events that are happening between now and May. And we didn't even get halfway through the list. I mean, everything from, we just talked about the Phoenix Open that was here. We have the Innings Festival, Barrett Jackson. We got spring training coming up. Every weekend there's something going on, throughout our valley. And it's things that you just can't do anywhere else in this country because the weather just doesn't permit that. Golf being one of them is today. I mean, it's t-shirt weather outside. Right now,
it's amazing.
The rest of our country is still under snow. So, join us here in Arizona. If you have any questions, if you feel like you want to buy something out here, whether it's a secondary home or make your permanent move, there's so many options available right now. Great financing options, great golf courses, 5-star,
resorts.
Yeah. Everything. James Beard Award restaurants. Everything is out here that you need. We love it. I love it. And we appreciate all that you do. And thank you for coming in.
Absolutely. Well, thanks everybody for listening to us. And until next time, bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.